Welcome to this episode of Hampton Roads Business Live. My name is Rory Graham and I'm your host, and today we have the pleasure of having with us Delceno Miles. She's the president and CEO of the Miles Agency. Welcome.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You have been in business a long time.
Yes, since 1989.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's quite an accomplishment.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
I appreciate it.
Most businesses don't last a year.
Well, you got to jump on me. You 32 years.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I'm having a ball.
Yeah, never boring.
That's right.
Okay, so why don't you give us an overview of what your agency does? Because you do a lot of things.
Yes. Well, public relations is our bread and butter.
Right.
And so we do a lot with the media, whether that's raising awareness of an event for our clients or clients' activities, things like that. For instance, with Fort Monroe, we handle all of their public relations, whether it's a board meeting or some special event that's happening, like the Bodacious Bazaar that draws 5,000 people every year, or their summer music festival by the Bay, so where they have a lot of military bands play, and they have people, an average of 600 to 1,000 people show up just to listen to the bands. So it's a variety of things, and it keeps us hopping, and we're loving it.
So did you come up with the name Bodacious Bazaar?
No, that I can't take credit for that. That's a wonderful lady that does that, and a portion of the proceeds goes to the foundation at Fort Monroe.
Oh, it's a memorable name. I'll give
Yes, well, you can't miss that.
Okay. How did your agency get started?
Started in '89, had a partner, bought him out in '95, and renamed it the Miles Agency. But I started in the political arena. So in Virginia, there's an election every year, so I was in a great place. And so I started off as a political consultant, and then sort of structured that more into an agency. And so doing a lot of that, not doing as much political stuff as much, but still.
But you do work with all the cities.
I work with a lot, just about all of the municipalities off and on over the years in Hampton Roads.
But you do private businesses as well.
I do. I work with engineering firms. I work with Simon Real Estate, the ones that are going to be putting in the new outlet mall in Norfolk soon. Yes, so the fun stuff.
Where is that going to be?
The old Lake Wright Golf Course, Northampton Boulevard there. Yes,
yeah.
so it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that area needs something.
Yes.
I thought you were going to say Waterside.
Oh, no.
Okay. Well, we won't talk about that.
No.
Although it's right behind us. What client success stories could you possibly share a few of those with us?
One of my favorite is because it incorporates children with Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut hired us to help them with their community work a few years ago, and we work with the kids. You can never go wrong working with kids.
Or pizza.
Yeah, or pizza. So that's a good combination. So we work with the Norfolk Redevelopment and Housing Authority that manages the housing communities there. And so we partnered with them, and one of the communities, Young Park, at the Young Terrace now, they all of them have community centers with working kitchens. So we work with the students. They formed a junior achievement type company, and they sold pizza out of that community center by the slice. They'd order it from Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut, by the way, did not deliver in those communities for various reasons, either with safety or product quality. And so Pizza Hut delivered that, delivered the Pepsi and all of that. And the kids kept the money in the community, and they formed scholarships from the students that live there. And I love their phrase. They said, "It's fresh, as good as from the hood." So that's one of my favorite stories, because the kids, and you could see that they were thrilled. They were producing something, and of course the community is going to help their children, and that was their way of raising scholarship monies, and at the same time teaching them valuable skills in terms of running a business and everything. But finally get the chance to answer that question: will I need this math anyway? Yes, you will, to run a business. And they actually won awards. They beat out at that time Bank of America for a business award, business recognition.
Wow.
So that's one of my favorite stories.
I guess so. Something to be proud of there.
Yes.
I had down here to ask you about carving out a niche for your agency, because you're not the only ad agency or PR agency in town.
No.
So how have you been able to do that? Because you've been around a long time, so
I have.
obviously you successfully
I did carve that out.
Right.
Great segue from pizza. All right. We do a lot with the municipalities. And our task is to work with engineering firms. They're the ones that hire us. We will partner with an engineering firm or A&E firm, and they will be on a project, say light rail or some major public works project. They're tearing up your neighborhood. Well, engineers have duly discovered they're not marketers. They're not communicators. Really? Who knew?
I knew. I knew.
So, great guys and ladies, and but that's been steady business for us over the years, where they call us to, and a lot of times we are on multiple teams for the same pursuit. Mm-hmm. So our niche really is the public, what they call public involvement, public engagement on those types of high-profile projects, or any project that will impact tax dollars and the community way of life, quality of life. So if you talk about light rail, little known project in Norfolk that's trying to get to Virginia Beach. So they will hire us to work with the community's various stakeholders, whether they're elected officials, schools, civic leagues, those kinds of things.
So you're storytellers as far as issues go to the communities, to let them know what the facts are, what you're...
Well, it's two-way. So we're not just generating the story. They're helping us to develop that story also. Because we also look for their concerns. We listen to find out what... There may be something that from the technical side hasn't been addressed because the human side hasn't been thought of. And so you get that when you talk to the stakeholders, you talk to the schools, you talk to civic leagues, PTAs, and you find out. And many times, a recent example was with Norfolk Public Schools. As you may know, they're literally building 5 schools as we speak. And they did that under a special program where you, instead of having 5 separate bids, one bidder, do them all, much cheaper. And that was with the Ballard Construction Company. And that's the same gentleman that's building, that proposes to build the ODU football stadium. And so under the same kind of program. And we work with the civic leagues in each of those communities in Norfolk. And quite frankly, their input helped shape the design and all of that. The architects went back and incorporated that feedback and those concerns. And when you get the buy-in of the community and they feel that they've been listened to and they've had an opportunity to weigh in, it goes much better.
I would imagine.
Yes, much better. So we encourage input from the community, and that's why they hire me.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And the last question that I had was to ask you about your internship program.
Sure.
And that's a kind of unusual, I would think.
That's very much a part of our DNA. I believe in training the next generation, the folks that are going to replace us. I know we're never going to retire, but at some point, I want to train the next generation of communicators, of marketers. And so I've worked with just about every college in Hampton Roads and including as well as UVA. And I work with juniors and seniors at the college level, and they come in and do real work. And they're not making copies and coffee. They're doing something that they can put on their resume and say that they had a part of that, whether it's writing press releases or helping to manage an event or working with the media, whatever it is. They're doing real work that they can use as part of their skill set.
Okay, well, that sounds great.
Yes.
Is there anything that I haven't covered that you wanted to mention?
Well, I certainly appreciate this opportunity. My agency is always looking for.
Did you say it was bodacious?
This was a bodacious, not bizarre, but bodacious.
Maybe a little bizarre.
A bodacious opportunity. So, and then the fact that you have this venue for businesses in the area, you're to be commended for that. And I also applaud the fact that you've changed and evolved with the technology, because as my agencies had to do. So there's no more the storyboard and cut and paste and all that. You have the technology. And one thing about my industry, it moves quicker because everybody thinks they're a journalist because they have a smartphone. So
everybody thinks they're a videographer.
Smartphone, exactly. So you having to. We've adjusted and evolved, and that's why I love being around young people. That's another motivation for the internship program. I learn from them as much as they learn from me.
Right, because they're very tech savvy, but they're also very heavy into social media. Which is such a big thing nowadays.
That's right.
And all. So You know, I speak with entrepreneurs all the time that are wrestling with that problem. So maybe interns might be a good idea.
Interns, I suggest they do that because they grow up with this. Our generation, we're what they call technology immigrants. You know, we weren't born with this. These kids have known nothing but smartphones since birth. Mm-hmm. So they can easily adjust. And so I try to leverage those resources.
Right. Well, if someone wanted to get in contact with you, we're going to have your information on the screen and all, but is they just give you a call and then you meet with them and work with them initially? Is there a consultation that you go through the process, or what is the process?
Well, the process, they can email or call the number that you see on the screen, and I'm pretty good about returning calls and or responding to emails, and I normally will get a little bit of an idea on the phone or through their email, and then from there, if it's something that we do, I get a lot of requests for people who have published something. We don't do that as much. We're into more the media side of it, the public relations side, the marketing, the events, that kind of thing. Right. But I do have a cadre of associates and other professionals that I can refer them to that I wholly endorse. So if someone's looking for video production or web optimization, right? Then hey, talk to Mr. Graham.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, well, it's been a pleasure having you on today.
Thank you.
And, you know, I wish you a great deal of success.
Thank you.
So if you have a company and you have an issue that you would like a little better PR for or some PR for, if you have an event you want to promote or maybe just something that you want the feel of the neighborhood and everything, you want a PR agency to work for you, you might give the Miles Agency a call. The contact information is at the end of this video, and it's also at the bottom of this page. And I thank you again for coming in. And
Thank you.
You've had a long run, and I wish you many more years.
Same to you.
Okay,
thank you very much.